Pony in my favorite place in North Carolina. Blah, 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 work, 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 blah, 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 blah.
Get ready for liftoff. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Ponyverse. I'm Helen,
And I'm Little Megs.
reporting live from my bed. And Megan's...
From the floor of my bedroom.
Because we're both sick.
If you couldn't tell by my voice.
Yeah, if you can't tell by our voice. So excuse our voices, we're doing this one virtually today. But we had a special announcement, so we said no days off because we have an announcement. I guess we can just get into it. I didn't plan any of this, by the way.
How much are you going to expose?
We'll see. I think, so this comes out on Friday, so I think I'm planning to break all of the news then, but the news will be broken first for our Ponyverse listeners, because this comes out at midnight on Friday. So if you're listening, you get first access because we love you and thank you for being one of our loyal listeners. We're opening a second location. Yay! I signed the lease yesterday. I did not expect to do it yesterday. I'm so happy I can finally talk about it now because I feel like there has been so much happening that I just haven't wanted to talk about publicly to the press, you know? Talk about publicly because I don't know, I'm very like superstitious and I don't want to jinx anything. But this has been a long time coming. And it's also crazy because like Taylor Swift had an announcement on a podcast last week and we have one this week. So, and our thing is coming in October and her thing's coming in October.
October, that's news to me.
No, yeah, actually Megan knows kind of nothing because she was dead sick yesterday and I kept texting her things and she wasn't answering. So, this is going to be news to Megan as much as it is to you guys. But, yeah, so I signed the lease yesterday. It was crazy because we were like going back and forth with lawyers and like this stuff just takes a while and like, lawyers can be slow. But like finally I was like, okay, I'm like good with all the changes, whatever. And the guy was like, okay, if you don't want to just like print out the lease and sign it, I'll come pick it up with the security deposit check. And like in the past when I've done these, it's been like DocuSign, it's like whatever. And I was like, wait, that's so cute. Like we get to like, so I had to print out this 28-page lease. Our printer in the office broke around page 14 or like ran out of ink. And then I had to go to our other printer. That one broke, with one page left. And so I spent like 30 minutes just like trying to get printers work. Eventually got all of it, signing it, realized I needed a page to be notarized. Luckily, I have a friend, my friend Grace, shout out Grace, is a notary. And I texted her, I was like, you still a notary? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, where are you right now? And she was like, I'm actually at my house setting up my dog. And I was like, oh my God, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So then I went over and she just used her little stamped it. And I said, we're good to go. And then
Great to have connections in the world.
I know. I mean, you can just walk into USPS and do it, but this felt more fun.
Yeah. More girly.
More girly pop. I didn't tell her it was the lease, and she didn't even ask what it was. And then I like posted, and she was like, "Oh, was that your lease?" I was like, "Mm-hmm." Hee hee. But so shout out to Grace for making that possible. And then just wrote a really expensive check and gave it to this man, and the broker from the building came to pick it up, and I hope that wasn't a scam.
Me too.
No, last night I was, because they like already cast a check, and I was like, what if like they just like threw away the lease? Because like it wasn't a DocuSign, so like I just like signed it and gave it to them and gave them my money. So fingers crossed. But I trust him. The broker is like, I found him. His wife goes to like the same hairdresser that me and Megan go to Kenzie. So, he's a girl's girl. But yeah, so we won't be opening in October. I guess that's misleading, but we get the keys sometime in October. The current tenant's moving out and has to do some stuff. But they said between the 1st and the 15th of October, which is like exactly the same time that we got our keys for Camp Northland last year.
God.
And personally, I'm really excited because I'm going to go see Dochi the last weekend of September. And then I have a wedding in Maine the first weekend of October. So I was like, okay, anytime after that, like, I'm good. Because I was really stressed with, like, new store stuff. But it's crazy because, like, things really just work out the way that they're supposed to. Like at the beginning of this year, my little brother's really into astrology, and he's like an astrology encyclopedia, and he was like reading my chart, and he was like, you're gonna like have an opportunity to like make a lot of money, or like your like financial situation is like totally gonna change like end of August, early September. And like right on cue, kind of. And yeah, I guess I can just get into like the whole backstory. Do you have any questions
Okay.
right now, Megan?
No. The only thing I can think about is what's the aesthetic gonna be? Like, it's a different location in Charlotte, and I feel
Yeah.
like there's so many different vibes no matter where you are. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to decorate it and do the dressing rooms. Oh
So
my
thank you actually
God.
for asking because I have already figured that out. So so our current spot in Camp North End, like my idea originally for it was Camp Pony, and it was going to be like summer camp themed. It kind of has morphed away from that into like fun teenage girl bedroom Y2K like funky horse bonanza, which I love too. Like I feel like you can set out with an aesthetic, but then it kind of like takes on its own. And honestly, like we kind of never finished decorating it. Like I'm still decorating our big orange wall, and I still just like bought a lot of art and like disco balls, but it's very like the fitting rooms have old like 17 magazine clippings, and it's very, it just feels like a party in your best friend's bedroom in like 2006, with horse undertones or overtones, horse tones, and because of like the bus, like I feel like the bus makes it very like kid, but not in like a creepy way.
Yeah.
Like nostalgic fun. So this one, so that's Camp Pony slash teenage girl bedroom pony. This one is gonna be Club Pony. And like I'm always very, I don't want to be like copying Pink Pony Club because I don't want my business, I don't want Thrift Pony to just be like an offshoot of like this one song. Well, I do love the song, but it just is like what the space looks like kind of, and it used to be a gay club in like the early 2000s, which I feel like is meant to be. And it's just like big and industrial, and yeah, so I already made the mood board, and like I knew this was the right space because I was trying to make a mood board for like the other space I was looking at, which I'll get into later, and I just like wasn't getting excited about that, but this one I was like, I'm so excited. So like a lot of like record, so okay, when I say Club Pony, I mean like a mix between like a retro strip club in Las Vegas, or like strip club, gay club, like neon lights, like honestly that's like kind of Pink Pony Club vibes mixed with like,
The life of a showgirl.
yeah, like yes, but with our own twist. And then also kind of like neon, like dive bar, like records on the wall, like cheetah velour, like neon. I want to get like a neon pink cowgirl sign. I haven't looked into how much they cost, so if they're like 30 grand, we probably can't do it. But anything is possible. So that's the aesthetic that I'm trying to do. That's the goal, but like we'll see what it morphs into, because it's like we can like set up an aesthetic, but then like I feel like it also can kind of take on its own life once it opens and people get in it, and we kind of see like the vibe of the people who come in there, and like I don't know, I don't want it to just be like, it won't be like done when we open it. It's like always evolving, you know. So that's my idea for the aesthetic. It's Club Pony. I guess I'll get into like the backstory of how we found this space and like what has been taking up the majority of my brain space for the past 8 months, because it's been a while. So back in February, like after Thrift Pony and Camp North End had been open for a couple months, and like this is like, the critics would say this is too soon, but I don't really give a crap. After like 2 months of being open, I was like, okay, time for another one. Let's go. And I started looking, because I also like know how long these things take. But like once it was clear that like the Camp North End store was like working and like doing well, I was like, okay, I think we can do another one. And like, to be honest, I feel like we need to do another one. Like I don't think this is necessarily a reason to keep opening stores, but like the amount, like the wait list to consign is like crazy. Like there's like, I've learned through this process, there's like an infinite amount of clothing. Like we get like 10 calls a day of people being like, when can I bring my clothes? When can I bring my clothes? And like, obviously there's always going to be more people wanting to get rid of stuff than are wanting to buy stuff. But I think like our system is working, and I want to do another one. I want to do it again. So I started looking, I was looking honestly in like Wilmington and Asheville. Like I wasn't looking in Charlotte because like naively I was kind of like, I couldn't have, like there's not enough demand in Charlotte for two of these. Like I don't want to cannibalize, like I want everyone to show up and like go to the Thrift Pony Camp North End. Like I don't want to cannibalize ourselves. But then after like, I like had a broker honestly in Wilmington and was like driving back and forth, looked at a place, was looking kind of like Chapel Hill, Raleigh too, and just kind of realized like, I think we talked about this like 2 episodes ago, like how I wanted to really get out of Charlotte, but then I was like, you know, I really like our community in Charlotte here. Like every time we do anything in Charlotte, it goes really well. Like why not? A lot of advice I've been given is like, saturate the market that you're in first before going to a new one. And I was like, I don't really want to be in the car driving 3 hours all the time. Like yet at least. And I think we can do another one here. So back, like it was probably like February-ish. I was like, okay, I'm not going to look, at other cities anymore. I'm just going to look in Charlotte. I got a broker in Charlotte who was like friend of a friend. A lot of people have asked me about like brokers and how to find commercial real estate. Like, I think if it's your first time, a broker is helpful. I think like, you don't have to have one. They make their money once you sign a lease. So like you don't have to pay them anything, which is nice. Cause like, I didn't really know that. It's helpful because commercial real estate, like a lot of stuff is off market. So it's not like publicly listed on like, there's like commercial real estate Zillow things that you can look at, but a lot of times people don't list things. A lot of times there's landlords trying to backfill, like if they know their tenant's going out of business, whatever. So I was having a broker help me. There was like, the space that I found like pretty much instantly, and I was like, okay, this is like perfect on paper. What I was looking for was something between like 2,000 and 2,500 square feet, and this was 3,000 square feet. I was looking at like south of South End, like not South Charlotte, but like south of, like kind of like on the corridor of like Sleepy Poet. Because there's a lot of thrifting over there, and it's near South End, and I feel like people in South End don't always come up to Camp North End, but people in like Plaza and Noda do. So I was looking south or like up by Lake Norman, like Cornelius, Davidson area. So I found this place off South Boulevard. It was like the perfect location. The building was bigger than what I wanted. It was like in our budget. It wasn't gonna. It had this huge backyard for like markets and stuff. And I was like kind of starting to go forward with it, but it was Mercury retrograde, and my brother was like, don't, and I think Venus retrograde, there are 2 retrogrades happening. My brother was like, don't sign anything during a retrograde, and even before I could, it like fell off. Like it was like, oh, never mind, it's not available anymore. So then I just kept looking, looked at a few other things. I think with commercial real estate, it's really easy to get discouraged because so many things are like extremely expensive, and I feel like a lot of the stuff you hear is like, everything's so expensive, like small business owners like can't make it, blah blah, and you just have to like believe that you can find what you want. Are you okay? Oh.
I just didn't want to make everybody watch me blow my nose. So.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And anywho, yeah, just like kind of kept looking, wasn't really having a lot of success, but I just like would wake up every morning and be like, it exists, like what I want exists. And then in like May, I made a video that was like, this is what I'm looking for. Who got it? Like, who has it? Like, and that, it didn't like go like viral, but it like, you know, got some traction. And I get a DM from this man who's like, hey, I have a building that would be perfect for you. And he sent it to me, and it was 5,400 square feet. So it's twice the size of our Camp North End space in South End, like by Lenny Boy, like, so, which is like the edge of South End, but I think it's still technically South End. And I was like, there's no way in heck I'm going to be able to afford this. And then I go look at it, and like, it's perfect. Like the bottom, it's 2 stories. So the bottom level is like the perfect size for a store. The top level has like little offices, and then just like this huge empty space. There's parking. It's just like a standalone building that I could paint pink. And he was like, I want this to be painted pink. Like that would be so cool. And sorry. And so then I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. At the same time, that first space in February on South Boulevard, like kind of came back. Like they were like, oh, actually, like it fell through, and here's like the LOI. I think I signed an LOI or something, whatever. And then I was like, oh my God, now I have these 2 spaces, but I like this other one more. And then I had signed an LOI actually for the first one, but I liked this other one more, and I was like really conflicted because like it's not like good to back out of LOIs, but also like it's not legally binding. So anyways, I backed out of the LOI because I was like, I like something in my gut is like I don't want this South Boulevard one. Like this other one came into my life like at the right time. Like I feel like I'm settling. Like it's perfect on paper, but I'm not that excited about it. So I cut off that one. And I think, yeah, I had like the lease in my hand and was like literally about to sign it one weekend and was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And like had a panic attack. And then, yeah, this other one, like I negotiated the rent down to like basically what we're paying for Camp North End, which is crazy because it's twice the size and in South End. And it was like looking like it was going to happen. And then I heard from this architect that like I couldn't open a store there because of zoning. And I was like, no, like, oh, actually, wait, can I back up? So right before they like agreed to my terms, I was in Nashville and I was going out on Broadway because it was my friend's birthday. And I was like, I really hope that I see Ella Langley because I was like randomly going through an Ella Langley phase and I just think she's really cool. And then I walk into this bar like 10 minutes after saying that. Ella Langley is right there, like recording in one of those like DJ booth studio things in the bars on Broadway. And then I get a call being like, oh yeah, they agreed to all your terms. Like they're ready to go. Like, let's move forward with it. And I was like, that's like synchronicity. Like that's a sign from the universe. So I was like, okay, this is meant to be. Then like the next week it was like, okay, you actually can't go here because of zoning. And I was like, ugh, and I was ready to give up and like just go with the other space that I had like kind of backed out on. Cause I was like, whatever, I like want to do something, which like isn't really a good way to do things. And then luckily my boyfriend was like, this doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't be able to go here. Like that doesn't make sense. Like why would they have it listed and go all this way if you couldn't? And I was like, so true. So I talked to some other architects. I walked my little booty down to Uptown Charlotte into the government's office and there's literally a zoning office and I literally walked in and was like, can I open a store at this location? And they were just like Googling it. They're like, probably not. But they're like, oh, actually, no, because it's currently retail. So like, you can, I think. And I was like, okay, well, how do I know for sure? And they're like, like you probably should. You probably can. And I was like, but who decides? Like, you guys are zoning. And they're like, yeah, you should be able to. So I got that answer like that from like 5 people in zoning in writing and was like, okay, I feel good about it. Let's move forward. And I have a clause in the lease that if there's like a zoning issue, then it's fine. Like I can get out of the lease. But, so yeah, a lot of ups and downs, but once that was confirmed, we were pretty much good to go. And then it just took like a month for them to get us the lease. So I've really been patient, but, I feel like the timing is really perfect. And the building is owned by a woman who like has run her business out of there for the past 10 years. Not just like a lot of buildings in Charlotte are owned by the same like commercial real estate companies, whatever. This is just like a lady and I love that. So yeah, I'm really excited. Lots of ups and downs, but I think this is kind of what happened with Camp North End where I was like, there's no way I can find a space with like all these requirements that I want. But then I was like, why not? Like, why can't I? Like, there's so many spaces out there. And then I found exactly what I wanted, but better at Camp North End. And then like, this was exactly what I wanted, but better too. So, yeah, it's on South Tryon, like right by Lenny Boy. I don't think it's South End, but I don't think it's I don't know what to call it. South End adjacent. And I also like didn't want to say that I had a store in Loso because I feel like it's just like a lame word. But whatever, I don't care. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm just like nervous because I know it's gonna change. Like I'm gonna have to go into like chaos mode again. Like my life has been pretty serene the past few months. And it's about to get chaotic again, but I've also been kind of bored with how serene it's been. I'm like ready for the chaos. So, and I'm excited to learn how to operate 2 locations and get better at delegating to my amazing team. Yeah, I don't know. Megan, how are you feeling about all this?
I'm so freaking excited. I just feel like, I mean, we say this all the time. Pony is a little bit more than just like a clothing store, and it's a hub for community. And if we can grow in the space that has given us so much support and help support other people, that's just the best feeling in the entire world. Like I'm so excited to meet. I mean, there's such a big demographic change from South End to Camp North End.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people from like the Plaza area because we were there.
Yeah.
And we're going to meet so many different people, and we're going to have like a whole new staff or like expand our staff because we are hiring right now. And I'm just I'm just excited for everything that's going to come with it.
Yeah, and I think kind of to your point, like one of the reasons I was looking at like South End area is like ultimately I want us to be a destination, and like a lot of people were like, "Oh, come to like Pineville, like whatever." And it's like, no offense to Pineville or the people there, but it's just like I want to have a store in a place that I want to go. And like I want it to be kind of central to the city, and like also my biggest goal with Thrift Pony is to get people who aren't thrifting already to like start shopping secondhand. And like I say this a lot, but I want it to be like the gateway drug of thrifting. And like the South End girlies, it's like a lot of people who move there right after college who shop at like Amazon, Shein, like Abercrombie, like a lot of like people who shop like that. And I think if we can like break into that market, we could actually like make a big difference by getting the people who like aren't shopping secondhand to do it maybe at least a little bit more. And every time we've done an event in South End, it's done like really, really well. And like everyone who comes to it like doesn't know who we are. Like they like have never heard of Thrift Pony before, which like reminds me of how big Charlotte is so big, because I'm like, I feel like everyone knows about us, obviously, because like, but then it's like, no, like so many people haven't. And like, I think it's really exciting to grow that way. Plus the space is, so like the bottom floor is the same size as our current Camp North End store. So that's going to be the store. And the top floor, it can be whatever we want. Like, I don't even really have a plan. So because of like ADA stuff, I don't think we would have the store upstairs too, because there's no like elevator. It's just walking for accessibility reasons. But there's like offices, so we could have a podcast studio. We could have like a photography studio. I kind of have a vision of hosting like secret late night dance parties. I don't know like legally what the legalities are on that, so nobody
Nobody clip that.
Yeah, nobody clip that. Or like late night like secret comedy shows, like those like So Far Sound shows that are at like a secret venue, because like half of it's like pretty big and half of it is just like a big open like cinder block space. We could like, we finally just have storage room to like do stuff. Like a lot of our themed events we kind of had to stop doing because we didn't have the space to like curate all the stuff by the theme. So like what I've learned is there's an infinite amount of stuff. It's just like storage and organization that's the challenge. So like this extra space will really, really, really help us. And we can kind of use it in whichever way makes sense for the business. And like we'll kind of find out what that is. And it's going to be like ever changing. So I'm really excited about it, and nervous a little bit, but mostly excited.
I want to go back to your point on South End and getting people to shop secondhand. I think this is also a perfect location because there are newer spaces that are more curated vintage, like Asita the Labels in South End.
Yeah.
And her aesthetic is so good. And ours is much different than hers. But like we can support each other that way. And be like, oh, if you like shopping at our store, go shop at Asita. And like Lenny Boy, they host markets all the time too.
Yeah.
Like I went to a vintage market there. So like if people are shopping there, they'll be like, oh, there's Thrift Pony over here. Like it's just a great place to support each other and like get the community to start like familiarizing themselves with like shopping secondhand.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited about Lenny Boy because Carmen used to work here, her brother like works there, and we haven't done any events there, but we've like talked to them about potentially doing something. And like I think we don't have as much space for like outdoor markets at this location, but we could collab with them because they're right next door and they have a ton of space. And I was like, one of my requirements was like the space to have outdoor markets, but I'm like, if we're already doing it at Camp North End, like I don't necessarily want to like compete with ourselves in that way. So this one, instead of having a ton of outdoor space, we have a ton of indoor space, which like comes in handy in other ways. But now what I'm trying to figure out is just like how to pay for it. And like, do we want to go credit card bonanza again? do I want to take out a loan? Like I have some money saved, just from like thrift pony sales and whatever. So I'm kind of figuring that out today, and then just getting like contractors, ordering signs, like doing all the stuff that I can do before we move in. But the way that like I approach this sort of thing is so willy-nilly. Like it's so just like deal with things as they come. And it's worked so far. So I'm just so happy to finally have like space and availability to take more consignments, because I feel I don't know if it's hurting our business, but like it's hurting me, like the amount of people we have to like push away. And like a lot of people who've been like selling with us since last year, like since we first opened in Plaza, will be like, I can never get an appointment, like I can never like whatever. And I think like what we're doing now at camp is like the best we can do, but like having another space I think is going to be really, really awesome. And like, it's my dream to be able to find a way to like repurpose all the clothes. Like I would love to have some giant like warehouse that people can just bring everything to, and then we sort it and make sure it gets to like people who need it, or like recycled or whatever. Cause like there is so much extra stuff, and like a lot of donation centers are overrun. Like a lot of places need specific things but don't have the time or resources to like sort through it all. Like I think there is a major problem with excess clothing and like textile waste, and I think if we can, this is another step of us working, I don't know, improving that, even if it's on like kind of a small scale. But yeah,
We're focusing on Charlotte, and then we'll get the rest of the world soon enough.
Charlotte first, and then world domination second.
Thrift Pony, world domination,
multimedia,
world pony,
world pony, international multimedia, omni-channel, multi-hyphenate, conglomeration, cult, worldwide.
Just call us Big Brother.
Yeah. Watch out, Amazon. Watch out, Jeff Bezos. No, I don't want to be that big. But anywho's Roonies, this is now I'm like, okay, now I want to do another one. But I'm like, no, how
we haven't even opened the
I know,
one.
I'm like, I need to calm down. But I'm like, okay, I like love Davidson and I want to do something up there. Whatever. We're focusing on this for now. So yeah, I'm really excited to share just like the ups and downs of these next few months. I know with Camp North End, like my biggest challenge is like a lot of times my eyes are bigger than my stomach. Like I'm like, I want to do all this stuff, and then I bite off way more than I can chew, and then I get really stressed and like don't do it really. Like I do everything kind of like half-assed or unfinished, and then it just like, if I just have been a little less ambitious, it would have turned out better. So I'm working on, for this time, like I'm gonna outsource more things and DIY less, because I'm not a very good DIYer, and be more realistic. Like maybe we don't need different secondhand doors that I have to source at Facebook Marketplace, that the contractor has to cut different door holes for and do different like hinging. Like there are certain things that I've learned from the camp store that we won't be doing again. Please excuse the silence.
It's fine aesthetic-wise, but
yeah, it's like
we're fine.
It wasn't that necessary. Like, I think, okay, I actually want to talk about the things that I am going to do differently, because someone once asked me this, and I was like, I actually don't think that there are that many things that I would do differently, because my approach is always, like, spend the least amount of money possible, and then open up, and then see what you need, and then spend money once you, like, really think you need it, versus, like, I think a lot of people, like, spend a ton of money up front for things to be perfect, and then are like, oh, wait, I didn't need to do, like, any of that, I think having fitting room doors that, like, automatically lock would be nice.
Oh,
so we don't have to do that. I think having like the same door instead of just like all of our different doors, but like, because I spent so much time on those doors. Like I think I spent like a week and a half like making those doors, and like it was like, it would have looked just as cute if they were all the same. I think focusing on like wall decor, because I think I focused a lot on like painting the walls, but then like didn't actually decorate them. And I'm like, if these walls had been white and then we just like decorated them better, like it would have, I don't know. And then getting like racks, like rack height, like we hung our racks way too high, so the little shorties can't reach.
AKA me.
AKA you. And then, but then also like the type of racks we use, like we had to put brackets like really close, because otherwise they fall out of the wall, and then it's like hard to slide closed. So I think like I learned a lot on like the hardware for racks. And And then just, like, I don't think we could have changed this at Camp North End, but just, like, where to put the fitting rooms. I'd like to have them, like, closer to the checkout counter so that the person, like, at checkout counter can, like, monitor the fitting rooms, too, if, like, we only need one person there. Because a lot of times we have to staff multiple people just so someone can watch fitting rooms because they're, like, so far away, even if the store's not that busy. So just little things. But probably we'll be hiring a store manager. And some other things. I actually don't know. I don't want to talk too much about hiring because I don't even know what I need, and we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. But like with Megan's role, like she's inventory manager right now, so now she'll be in charge of like training the new inventory manager at the new place, global inventory manager. So there's a lot that goes into it, but also at the end of the day, it's just secondhand. It's just fun clothes. So it's like, that's what I love about this business is it's like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not food.
Yeah.
Like, we can drop it on the floor and like everyone will be fine.
Just brush it off. 5-second rule.
Yeah. Like it's
here too.
Yeah. So, I'm grateful for I like chose this type of business on purpose because I know myself, but, I don't know. I'm just feeling very grateful and very excited. Gonna have to write another pony song for the new place.
We did karaoke on Monday night, and Helen made a cover of Pink Pony Club about Thrift Pony Club, and it was from the transition of our Plaza location to Camp North End, and the song is so good, and she finally, I feel like only a handful of us have listened to it, and she finally made her stage debut.
I made my stage debut.
That was something on your vision board for
my
this
vision
year?
board, yeah, it was to be on a stage, and it was a private karaoke room at Soul Food, but I did it, and it won't be my last, and I think maybe that's why my throat's a little sore from singing so hard.
Yeah, I sung Phantom of the Opera with
it was actually really
Monsi,
good. Yeah.
And I was Christine, so that's why my voice is gone. I'm not really sick, it's just my voice is gone.
Yeah, we need to be on vocal rest, but we showed up for you guys because we had to break this announcement.
Oh my God.
But anywho, yeah, we sang, I made the song last year and I was like, oh, I want to produce it and record it. And I was like trying to record it and trying to like figure out how to do it. But then I just like couldn't figure out. And then we had to like actually open the store. So it's like not really relevant anymore. But I was like, I'm just going to sing it because who cares? And I'm writing a song about the pony bus right now. I actually really love it. But I want to write another one about like this transition. Also, random fun fact, another synchronicity thing is our first location in Plaza. The address is 1110 and this address is 3110 and it's our third location. And our second one isn't 21110, but I think it should be.
Yeah.
But whatever.
In our hearts.
And that's on numerology. Taylor Swift talked about that in her podcast. So, it's like how numbers have meanings. She talked about that when she was on the podcast that she was on last week. So anyways, we have that too. She's not the only one.
I feel like I'm on Zoom in school again. Like I feel like I'm back in college.
I know, I feel like we never do Zoom meetings. Well, I guess you never did Zoom meetings because you were in college and then started working here, but like, we don't do Zoom meetings at all, obviously, for our business. So I feel like I'm giving a presentation. I had to get on a Zoom actually with like the lawyers the other day, and like, it was funny because my dad is my lawyer, but my dad is 78 and just like a kooky man. And he's from like the Northeast and he's a lawyer, so he's kind of like, he can come across kind of like a dickhead sometimes, and like it doesn't really transfer. Like, he was just like joshing like the other people, but they like didn't really get it, and I was like, no, this is so embarrassing. And he had like a full Britney Spears like headset, but also like didn't know how to open the PDF. Like he was like on it, and like he was like, I can't quite see it with the Zoom at the same time, and I was like, wait, how long have we been using this? Like, how do you not know? Like, you're also a lawyer, like, you do this for a living. But he technically, I think he's retired now, finally.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good for him.
I don't think it's, like, full. Like, I think he just hasn't renewed his bar. Like, he's not going to renew his bar. I mean, he might as well. Like, always worked for himself, so he would, like, he's been, like, petering out the past few years. Like, he's been taking on less and less because I was like, you're getting old. Like, how good of a lawyer are you right now?
Good enough to get you a lease.
No, he is good because, like, I'm not very detail oriented. Like, I have to, like, strap myself into a chair to read contracts like that because obviously I have to now because I'm a business owner. But he was good at, like, being like, okay, this is what this means. Like, this is maybe something to be worried about. And, like, I don't know. So he was good with that. He is good for what I needed. But I eventually will probably have to get someone that I pay. But it's expensive. It's like $500 an hour.
What?
Yeah, lawyers.
You got it for free $99.
Free 99. I know. The lawyer for the other people was like, okay, Chris, do you want to, like, add these clauses or do you want me to? And he was like, well, you're getting paid and I'm just getting paid in love and affection, so why don't you just do it? But yeah. Oh, another reason I'm really excited about the store is because I feel like this is, like, the domino that has to fall for, like, me to move on with my life. Like, I really want to buy a house in, like, the next year, but I, like, needed the income from this to be able to do that. So that's really exciting. And I want to get married at my house, but I don't have a house yet, so I can't get married until I have the house. And I want to have a kid. And I could get, I don't really care if I get pregnant before I get married. Like, that can happen either way. But I was like, I don't want to be in this house, like, with a kid, the one that I live in now, because it's tiny. So yeah, that's what's coming soon. Little
I'm
ponies.
rolling my eyes.
Why?
Because you're ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
You're so, like, misconstrued. You can't even see how crazy you are. Also, I got these honey lemon throat lozenges from the Joe concert in Brooklyn that Carmen and I went to. We got VIP tickets and they gave us a little bag with a bunch of, like, merch in it and stuff, and these were in it.
That's
And
funny.
I always use them when, like, I don't know, I need them. But
Yeah.
they are coming in handy right now.
No, that's so. I kind of want one. I've been drinking. Allie, a girl who works at Thrift Pony, makes this, like, she's very, like, herbal witchy, like, woo woo mama, and she makes this, like, honey garlic jars, which is just honey and, like, garlic cloves in it, and you're supposed to drink it when you're sick. So I've been drinking it.
You drink it?
It's just honey.
God.
It's honey, like, infused with garlic.
Ew, that makes me want to vomit.
Oh, it's so good. I, like, would put it on stuff if I could.
Oh my god. I think I'm allergic to honey though, so.
Okay. Yeah, I've been eating
Oh,
that.
you do not care. Oh, Camo wants to say hello.
Oh, it's Mimu.
Bella's cat.
Bella's
is
cat,
coming
Mimu.
into my room.
I don't have anything else to say. I don't know. That's the announcement. We're really excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I'm just excited to, like, decorate, honestly. I'm excited and nervous for my bank account, but I'm learning to just be like, no, like, money comes to me. Oh, hi, it's Mimu.
Oh, he does not want to be here.
Nope. That was so, like, cartoon, like. What are you wearing today, Megan? Or no,
I'm
what?
wearing a nightgown.
Can you go through your outfit? Oh, wait, that's actually really cute.
That's literally it. That's all I'm wearing, a nightgown.
Just a nightgown. I'm wearing my Target Wild Fable plain black cami. It was $3 at Target. And then I'm wearing little shorts that I got from Thrift Pony. They're just, like, sweatpants shorts. And then I'm wearing my socks that have, it looks like they have blood on them, but it's actually red paint because it's from when I was painting the Camp Northern store and I walked around in my socks. And I'm actually, I have to do another podcast after this one, and it's in person, so I have to get dressed after this, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't feeling good enough to get dressed.
You're betraying us?
Yeah, I'm cheating on you.
Wow.
Yeah, so anyways, if you were a piece of clothing this week, what would you be?
I was actually thinking about this. This is the first thing I thought of when I woke up. I am a half slip.
Okay.
Because we went out for Pride this weekend, and we did some other fun things. So I could be a half slip, so I can, like, dress it up and be a little slutty. Or I could be wearing it in bed because I'm sick and it's comfortable.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
And what about you?
I'm trying to think. Okay, I've been like, yeah, I've been like way more social than I usually am. And I've been on stage, but I've also been cozy and sleepy. Oh, I know what I am. I'm like a sparkly, this is like kind of on the same lines as you, but I'm like, I feel like Suki Waterhouse wore something like this, but I'm one of those like sparkly long robes that has like feathers on like the cuffs and they're like really big, or like that robe that we got in the store last year. It was like big and floofy and like magical. Kind of for the same reason. Like I feel like I've been a star. Like I've been on stage. I've been making moves. Like I've been doing things. But then I also have been cozy and sleeping.
That's so Sparkle Muffin. You're so
Yeah,
right.
I've been sparkle muffining. I've been doing karaoke. We went, oh, and it's like kind of, it's like a little bit like we went to a drag show, so it's like drag show vibes.
Yeah.
What do you,
Your camera just keeps zooming.
it says I keep
whenever
moving.
you-
So that's what I've been, oh yeah, we should talk about Pride weekend too, really fast.
Okay.
Megan and I went to a really fun drag show. And we were trying to go to this one, like, okay, everything in Charlotte for Pride was like $50.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I got kind of annoyed at first, but then Aaron's like, no, it's because they have to pay the drag queen. So I was like, okay, that's fair. I think it makes sense. But because I was pissed at first, because I was like, that's homophobic. Because like $50 cover for like nothing. But like if you are having drag queens perform, like that makes sense. But we went to
Yeah,
this.
but like, do you know how many people bought tickets to go? How much are they paying the drag queens? They're not paying them enough.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm just gonna hope that they weren't scamming people. But anywho, we went to Snug Harbor. We went to a drag show there, and it was so fun. And then they also had T-Boy mud wrestling, which was really, really fun. And I never have been out to what?
Hot and steamy.
It was hot and steamy. That was like one of the most fun drag shows I've been to in a while, though. I've only been to like drag brunches. And I really loved that one. They were really great. They were from Asheville. And then I've never been to like the back porch of Snug Harbor, but it was like, it was a vibe. I loved it.
It's because, okay, you're with the authentically gay people, with the gay drag queens, and it just doesn't feel performative. Whenever you go to like a brunch, it's always like a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
And like,
Which no
it
shade,
feels like
but-
kind of a mockery.
Yeah, it feels like zoo, like people like going to the zoo almost. Like it feels like people, which maybe is mean, and maybe it's not that. I know this. Yeah, this felt more like celebratory versus like, ooh, look at them, you know.
Yeah. I will say, oh, crap. What's the drag queen in Charlotte? It's like a pun on like a burger or something like that. She does it at Dish a lot. I went to one of her drag shows. That was good. It was like a local Charlotte drag queen, and she like hosts them a lot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel that way. It feels like cozy, and she
Yeah.
does a great job.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could remember her name. I feel like Charlotte has a pretty good drag scene, or like
Yeah.
starting to.
Compared to like, for like what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I have.
That's all I have. I need
Yay.
to go cough up a lung.
Yeah. Sorry that we sound bad. But
Honestly, Helen, you sound fine.
oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
only
like, I definitely
glimpse
don't think
of
I'm
you
as
being
sick as
Is
you.
that one cough?
No, I think
Yeah, I feel much better though.
yeah, I think I'm okay. Like I have like chills and feel like weak and then have like this, but I'm like fine. Like I'm probably gonna go in today for a little bit. I don't feel like I'm contagious. I feel like I just have like a head cold or something. I also took Dayquil. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for joining us on the Ponyverse. We love you so much. We're so grateful we get to do this. I don't know. I just like I've been feeling very grateful and happy for like the ponies recently. And
I can't
Also
wait
sh-
to see y'all at the second location.
woo! Okay, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.